Hello everybody. Today's recipe is inspired from the Surprise South Beach Diet mashed potatoes. So this is the vegan gluten-free version of that recipe. I'm just going to cut it up in the bowl, the cauliflower. So I use a cutting board. It's just going to go all over the place. So this is really the best way to handle the cauliflower for this recipe. And I'm just using a whole head of cauliflower. I'm just going to cut it up into some small pieces. So we will just continue chopping this all up. Take the green. You don't want the green in there at all. Make sure you get all the leaf, remove all the leaf portions. And then stuff like this, you could just cut this away. And there you go. So just chop this all up in here. And then you want to make sure you utilize all of this cauliflower. Okay, it's looking good. A whole big bowl of cauliflower, so you can make a nice large portion of this cauliflower mashed potatoes. And whatever we don't finish, we could just always put in the refrigerator for another day, or we could freeze, which is great. There you go. So that's what's left. We don't need this. Put this on the side. We have all the cauliflower, and I had washed the cauliflower before doing this, but I'm going to wash it again just to make sure it's thoroughly clean. So I just cleaned the cauliflower again. And now we are going to combine this with this organic, low-sodium vegetable broth, which is very low in calories and low in carbs and sugars as well. So let's do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our cauliflower in a large saucepan. Put all of it in there. Push it down. And we're going to take the vegetable broth. Okay, we're going to put, right now this is 12 ounces I'm putting in here, but we're going to need more. So since I'm not doing the garlic cloves, which is what the South Beach Diet has for flavor, I'm really not a fan of garlic, so I'm going to go heavy with the vegetable broth. So this is 20 ounces of vegetable broth, which is exactly 2.5 cups. So that's 2.5 cups. And what I'm going to do is we want all of the cauliflower to be covered. So I'm just going to water down the vegetable broth. So I put in 20 ounces of vegetable broth to cover the cauliflower. And right now what I'm doing is I'm putting some water over it. And I'm basically watering down the vegetable broth that's already in there. So I cover up all of the cauliflower. And once we start cooking it, it's going to shrink down. So that's pretty good. I'll put in a little bit more. Most of it's covered, and I'm going to cook this on a high flame until it's ready, so probably about 12 to 15 minutes. So while it's cooking, you just want to kind of smash up the cauliflower as it's getting soft. Okay, now the cauliflower is ready. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm taking the cauliflower out of the bowl with a slotted spoon. And I'm putting it here. You see, it's great. It drains all the liquid. I mean, or you could just strain it in to the bowl, however you like it. I just like doing it this way. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a food processor. I have a magic bullet here. I don't have a large food processor, so I'm just going to do it a little at a time. So let's fill this up. If you want to sweeten up your cauliflower mash, you could put craisins in it, which I have right here. I'm just going to put a pinch of it, and I'll add it to the cauliflower. And we'll put that in the food processor.